Searching for a new laptop online is basically like forcing your current computer to dig its own grave.
Oh my God, I never thought of that.
Why would you put your Mac through that?
It's like cannot find.
We go through an equally morbid task right here on the show when we go around the room and ask each other to search our brains for what's been on our minds.
Yes.
And we're going to do that starting with Brooke. Brooke, what's been on your mind?
Well, you guys know how cool I am. I mean, I went
Sure,
dancing
buddy.
Saturday night, right, with friends. What? Why?
Wow.
Just saying
Go
that.
ahead.
I went dancing. I don't know.
Dude, it's so fun right now to go dancing because it's all late 90s, early 2000s hip hop.
Yeah!
I'm just saying.
No, you're
like,
right.
the clubs are lit right now.
all
It
the
was
new
so
songs-
It's true. It is.
fun.
They're all
Really?
reinvented 90s
Yes.
songs.
So I'm in line, right, to get a drink. And these two women are in front of me, and they start chatting with me, and they're like, oh, my God, you're Brooke from Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Oh, cool. You got recognized.
You guys, that happens. Awesome.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have never had such a crazy reaction to me
What?
saying yes in my life.
Oh. wait a
One of
minute.
them starts screaming,
Oh, no.
like literally screaming. The other one's like crying.
Oh my
Like
God.
legitimately crying. Granted, they were very inebriated and may
That's
have been
why.
on something else.
That's true.
But the whole club, even through the music, stops and looks around. Like, because it
They're making a
sounds,
scene.
it sounds like Harry Styles or Beyonce have entered the room.
Okay, that's,
And I'm
that's a
like-
little bit of an extreme comparison.
Bro, Beyonce.
Did you just compare yourself to Beyonce?
I'm
really?
telling you, this is these people's reaction. And I'm like, yo, it's not. I'm on a radio show.
I
like,
have a
it's
cool
not
job.
that. Yeah. And then my friends who don't listen, right? They don't.
Yeah,
they're
they don't
not
know who
really.
you are.
You know, they don't really care. They just know me as Brooke.
Yeah.
They're like freaked out.
Uh-huh.
They're like, what is going on? Is she someone that we didn't realize? Like, does she have a secret identity or something?
Yeah.
And then all night, these women keep coming up to me and starting to like try to dance on me and stuff,
Oh.
which has never been my MO. Okay,
No,
even
well-
when I was 21, that is
Yeah.
not my style.
Based on some of your clothing choices, I could see, though, why they would think that that was the right move to pull on you.
It was just crazy. I've
So they're,
never
like, trying
felt
to
so.
get on you
Yes,
and-
and then I had to keep like calling my husband over. I'm like, hey, will you come rescue me? Because I'm getting sandwiched.
I can
But
vouch.
they're-
I've seen you dance, and you need a lot of space.
I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moves, a lot of breaking it up and
I
down.
love dancing. I love
She's
dancing.
really good at it.
But I have never felt so famous in my entire
Wow.
life besides this last
Well,
Saturday
you
night.
know they're listening right now, so shout out to those
They
girls.
may still be in bed hungover. It was, yeah, but listen, if you're out there and it was your 30th birthday on Saturday night, again, happy
Hey,
birthday.
happy 30.
Please don't tag me in any photos of me dancing because I like to think in my mind it looks really cool, even though I know it doesn't. Right? So, yeah, it was wild.
Thanks for making Brooke feel
It was
special.
wild, yeah.
Jose,
Yeah.
what's been on your mind?
Well, I know this happened weeks ago, but I may have blown my chance at romance.
Oh.
All right.
You mean it happened years ago?
Yeah.
No, weeks
Okay.
ago. Well, yeah, and years ago. My ex is listening.
Uh-huh.
Look, I was at the pool in Hawaii, okay? Next to me is this gorgeous girl, like absolutely beautiful girl. And she keeps trying to make small talk with me. And a couple of times, like mentioning the weather. And I'm just like, yeah, it's sunny. It's great. And then like, hey, do you want to get a drink? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Thanks, though. Like, got my water.
Like,
you know?
not registering
No,
any of
not at
this.
all, because I'm focused on my tan. Like, I'm just happy to be
You
in
are
the
quite as
sun.
focused.
I'm surprised you could focus on anything, honestly.
Well, I mean, it gets worse. Here we go. All right,
Oh,
so
no.
listen. Then I close my eyes again. About 20, 30 minutes passes, and all of a sudden my sun's blocked, and I open my eyes. She's gotten up, taken off whatever cover she had, and now she's in a string bikini, literally in front of me, cheeks out, just blocking my view. And I'm looking at a full moon in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying?
she's
Okay.
posturing for you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I'm like,
It's
whoa.
like a peacock situation.
Yeah.
So then I close my eyes again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to look, but you're literally blocking my sun, you know, whatever. So eventually she leaves.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow, I didn't think anything of it. I'm kind of thinking, well, she did try to talk to me a few times, whatever. Fast forward to later that night. I'm streaming on Twitch on my phone. Like, I'm live on Twitch
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm just walking around the hotel. And I get in the elevator, and who walks in?
Oh, she timed it.
The beautiful model wearing a gorgeous, tight, really nice, fancy dress.
Okay.
And she's like, well, hey. And I'm like, oh, hi. And I'm like kind of trying to hide my phone because I'm like live on the internet. Like I'm streaming this. And so she's making small talk and she's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to try this restaurant, which happens to be my favorite restaurant on the island.
And she's wanting you to say, why don't you come with me?
And she's by herself. And I'm in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I want to tell her a million things to eat, blah, blah, blah. But I'm more like...
Thank God you couldn't.
But I'm more like focusing on my Twitch stream. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's good. It's a really good restaurant. And I'm like, have fun. She's like, all right. And then she walks away. And I didn't think about it until that moment. But I'm like, I totally blew it. She has been asking me questions, trying to start conversations, doing all this stuff, and I am just completely oblivious, and now I will never, ever know.
And it took you weeks to figure out.
Just realized it now.
She's been thinking about this.
Processing.
She almost hit on me.
And I think she did hit on you.
I think she did. She definitely was offering me drinks and stuff and asking me questions.
See, this is why women just have to be direct.
Well, I don't know.
Honestly.
So
subtlety is
You
lost.
can't even stand in front of a guy with your butt out and you don't even know what's going on.
I know, like, excuse me. Excuse me, I'm trying to tan.
I'm sorry, Jose.
Yeah, if you're out there, if you're listening, let's meet back up in Hawaii.
Alexis, tell us what's been on your mind.
So my mom came into town this past weekend.
Okay.
Actually didn't know until she posted a video that she was at a concert in town.
Oh, wait, you didn't know she was here?
No, she didn't let me know. She came up with her friends for a night out.
She didn't want you to bug her.
I know. So she drove up, didn't say anything until she calls me, kind of drunk, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she says, hey, can you ask Jose for brunch recommendations for tomorrow?
Oh, no.
I'm like,
God.
this is what you contact
Okay,
me for?
Barb.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
Give her my number. Have her text me.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then I text her my places, and then the only time she hits me up again while she's in town over the weekend is again to follow up if Jose has ideas for her for where to eat.
She didn't even offer to take you to brunch for free?
She didn't bring me to brunch. Didn't bring me to the concert.
Did she ignore your recommendations?
And ignored mine and like asked again for Jose's. Calling
That's
me.
why you were asking me, like, yo.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's a
why.
wise choice. She knows what kind of food you like.
Like she's better.
You're like, Mom,
Alexis.
this breakfast spot called McDonald's is the
Yeah.
best nuggets.
I know. I'm realizing like now when my mom comes to town, I'm not even her number one on the list. It's
No.
like Jose,
No.
me, maybe. I don't even know.
I want to go to a
Her
brunch with
friends,
your mom.
no, that's okay.
Welcome to adulthood.
Yeah, and she was having more fun than I was on a Friday night.
2 weeks from now, I'm like, I think Alexis's mom was hitting on me.
She showed up to brunch in a string bikini, and I didn't think anything of it.
I could see that.
Jeffrey, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm down to my last pair of pants.
What?
Down to
What
my
do you mean?
last pair of shoes.
What?
Because
What's
my
going on?
dog Bagel is destroying everything inside of my house.
Oh,
Wait, even your
Bagel.
pants?
Yeah, he pulls all the clothes out of my hamper. He jumps on the tables and on the countertops, destroys plastic containers and all my mail. Whatever he
gosh.
puts his mouth on, it is destroyed.
Wait, didn't you do obedience school or anything?
No, I'm trying. I am the obedience school.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
working.
And
Yeah,
this is
obviously.
when he's chewing stuff up, I want to stop him and tell him, no, bad dog,
Yeah.
and scold him. But apparently, I'm not supposed to do that
Says
Really?
who?
because I'm watching pet training videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they
Okay.
say these have like 30 million views. You're not supposed to like scold them when they're being bad.
Okay, is this like one of
What do you
those?
do?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to ignore their bad behaviors and reward good behaviors.
Oh God, that's what they say
It's
for
positive
parenting too. And let me
reinforcement.
tell you,
Yeah, your kids are running around the mall. It's like, just ignore them, just ignore them.
Because if
I'm
you
like, spank that child.
if you give them attention during their bad behaviors, then they think you're playing.
Oh, and you're giving them attention. They're getting what they want.
it's obviously not working, Jeffrey.
Well, what one YouTube expert said to do is if you really want to get through to your dog, you need to scold yourself when they're acting bad.
Shut up.
you lying?
I mean,
So-
your dog already realizes you're not the alpha male in this situation. I don't know if you also want to be scolding yourself.
I agree. I was like, this is some dumb advice, but the other day he's chewing up my hat, and there I am, like spanking myself, calling myself an idiot and an unfit parent. I'm like, bad Jeffrey! No! You dumb person! Why'd you leave your hat there? Bagel looks over at me, stops chewing my hat,
Oh.
and
No way.
comes over to check me out.
Oh,
It worked.
It worked.
but
Wow,
it's
that was
so
about
dehumanizing.
you.
Is it worth it?
It is the lowest point of my entire life.
I don't think it's good
What
for
are you gonna do when you have people over?
Yeah.
What are you gonna? You need to see a therapist.
Well, I don't know. I'm telling you, the YouTube people, they really know what they're talking about.
Do
So
you also give yourself a treat?
that's probably the next level of it. But I've been verbally abusing myself in order to train my dog, and it's working.
Kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of
But you
spanking.
only
So-
have one pair of pants left.
Good boy, Jeff. You're doing
Jeffrey.
good. And text in to 78592. Tell us what's been on your
So
mind.
sad.
It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.